How's it going, Internet? This is Jacob with Jacob Reviews Things, and this is a video I've been thinking about making for a while, and after buying this cold steel Kobun, I just gotta make it, man. So the video the title of this video is probably something kind of clickbaity, like watch this before ever buying a cold steel knife ever, or something like that, which sounds clickbaity, but I do mean it in this case, because as much as I love cold steel as a brand, they do a lot of things that just annoy the crap out of me. And as somebody who sells knives and spends a good amount of his 8-hour shift working at a knife counter and selling knives to you guys, there's a lot of things Cold Steel does that other people don't like as well. They do a lot of things right as a company, but there's just certain things where it's like, I don't know if they're being lazy or what their deal is. Specifically, pocket clips. Cold Steel might be the worst knife company out there when it comes to making pocket clips. This is the one that came with my Kobun that I paid over $150 for. As you can see, I immediately switched it out with my CRKT clip. Because yeah, this thing, there is no any kind of grip between these are both really smooth surfaces. So when you put this on your belt or in your pocket with this clip and you pull the knife, you just pull the whole freaking clip off. It's insane. Like, that's just if it was like a $20 knife, it still wouldn't be good, but you can make excuses for it. This is a $150 plus knife with Lynn Thompson's name on it. Lynn Thompson put his name on this and was like, yeah, you know, the crappy pocket clip on the original Kobun, yeah, we're just yeah, that's fine. And it's really not. I'm sorry to tell you, it's just not. Yeah, when I was actually looking on Amazon doing research for the video, I was I looked at the page where they're selling Kobuns, just not this Kobun, the normal one with the American Tonto and the black handle, Oz8 steel, I believe. But on the frequently bought together thing, it showed the Kobun and then I can't remember what they call it. I think it's like the Spyderco G clip. It's whatever clip Spyderco uses on their fixed blades, which is an amazing clip. I should have brought my Spyderco Ronin up here so you guys can take a look at it, but that's so pathetic. Your pocket clips are that bad that you're driving people towards your competitors. That's insane. Yeah, out of all the knives I've got right here, terrible pocket clip. This one has the opposite problem as the Kobun, where it's too stiff. You get it in your pocket or on your belt, and good luck getting it off. The Spartan, its pocket clip is not great. Again, it's just too stiff. It's a pain getting it in and out of your pocket. The Voyager pocket clips are terrible. I've seen so many comments on knife forums where people are like, where can I get a secondhand pocket clip? Where can I do this and that? And it's just like, Cold Steel, what are you doing, man? Or women, I'm sure both work there. I don't know why I'm focused on gendering a company. Anyways, yeah, Cold Steel Talwar, the actual quality of the clip is fine. The metal is like, it allows you to move it in and out of your pocket, but look how tiny that is compared to the rest of the knife. This has been like flung out of my pocket just from me walking. Like, I'll move my thigh up and suddenly a big 5.5-inch knife's flying out of my cargo pants pocket. And it's just like, okay, that was clipped in there. That shouldn't have happened. So, yeah, the only one that has a good pocket clip here is this Cold Steel Frenzy. It's big enough for the knife. It'll bend enough while still staying stiff enough to be in your pocket. So yeah, Cold Steel can do it right. It just seems like they choose not to, or they just refuse to try different things on. I just don't get it. And again, like with this Kobun, I don't understand. So the way this clip works is, yeah, there we go. So you can only have it like this. This little ridge thing here has to go over here. So you can't use this clip on any other knife, and it's not usable on this knife. It's a waste of metal. Yeah, and the other, so the pocket clips are the main thing, but oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention, this isn't just a problem with their sheath knives and their big knives. Like, their normal size pocket knives, in my experience, just don't have the greatest pocket clips. They're better than these for sure, but they're just not up to the standards of their competition. Buck, Spyderco, most of the Chinese companies, like, they all do it way better, like significantly better. And I know there's a lot of Cold Steel fans out there. Cold Steel seems to be like I don't think any knife company has like a cult or like cult following, but Cold Steel is the closest. They seem to have a very, very intense fan base who seem to be the ones buying a lot of their knives. Because, yeah, at work, I just don't sell a lot of Cold Steels to people unless they come in specifically looking for one. There's just something that doesn't appeal to the vast majority of people. They get a Spyderco, they get a Buck, they get a Smith & Wesson instead. And I think part of that is, a lot of times Cold Steel, even their smaller folding knives are just very bulky, kind of hard to carry. Like, last year we got their, what do they call it? I think it's the Engage lock. It's the newer, fancier Axis lock. And it was a great knife. Oh, the blade was amazing. The G10 was awesome, but it was literally like a square when it was folded up and in your pocket. It was like twice as heavy as your cell phone. Not twice as heavy, but it was like, oh, this would just not be fun to carry around with me unless I'm into carrying knives that feel like bricks in my pocket, which most people aren't. So yeah, and again, I know they can do it because this Frenzy is actually very carryable. None of these other 3 pocket swords are really very easy to carry. This is super heavy. This pocket clip is awful. The shape of this is just kind of awkward in your pocket, which there's not really much you can do about that without completely redesigning the knife. But yeah, it's just, Cold Steel has a problem with their pocket clips and carryability. Yeah, actually, here's a good example. So this is the Cold Steel Peacemaker 3. Yeah, great. Which, the handle and the knife are amazing, just like the Kobun. The sheath is so bad. Why would you design a boot knife to be with a sheath this wide when the blade is this thin? And I don't just sell knives to people. I sell boots to people too. And I brought this to work and I tried on a bunch of different boots and tried to carry that this thing as a boot knife. And even with my skinny little ankles, it was just, no, it's not happening. It's too big. It's just things like that where I'm like, what are they doing? Like, and this is the least important out of the 3 nitpicks here, but Cold Steel, their serration pattern is just kind of whack. They, out of the box, these are some of the sharpest serrations you can buy, but they go dull so quickly. Like, I've owned their Super Edge. I don't have it with me. I gave it to somebody. But the Super Edge even went dull within a month. Serrated knives are good because even when they go dull, they're still usable. The Super Edge just got unusably dull after a month of cutting boxes at work. Yeah, I might ask my buddy if I can borrow that back for a day or two so I can do a proper review of it. But man, like, I brought this to trim some juniper bushes at my grandma's house the other day, along with my Tasman Salt, which is a Spyderco. And Spyderco, they just make the best serrations in my experience. If you want a serrated knife, go with Spyderco. And yeah, the Spyderco was eating through it, just shredding. I could feel this starting to get dull after a while. And this is S35VN. All right, so like I said, Cold Steel is a good company. They do a lot of things right. It's just these three things kind of they really bug me, and I think other people should be aware of them. And I don't know. Somebody should tell Cold Steel. I don't know if they already know this and they just don't care or what their deal is, but it's it's disappointing to get a knife this nice and then be like actually angry that the pocket clip is unusable, and then I have to scavenge another pocket clip off of one of my knives to carry it. Like, that's just it's just not cool, man. It's just not cool. So yeah, Cold Steel, their blades are always great. They have a great edge. They do good work with their metals. They're always durable. The heat treat's good. They hold their edge well. The serrations, not so much, but yeah. And that again, that's not me. That's not just me saying that. I remember reading an article where Michael Janich, who's very involved with the knife world, especially the self-defense area of it, said basically the same thing. Or he was like, yeah, they're really sharp out of the box, but they go dull quick. So Cold Steel seems to be sticking by that design, but yeah, I just disagree with that. So yeah, good company, but yeah, make sure you look into the pocket clip, and if you're buying a sheath knife, yeah, do really get a good look at it before you buy it, because sometimes their knives they're just not well thought out in terms of carryability or the pocket clip, and that I'm one of the people who believes that can actually ruin a knife. Like, if you can't carry it, what use is it? Because you don't have it. You don't have it to cut. You're gonna pull out a box cutter or a scissors or something because you don't have your knife. All right, well, that's my rant over. Hopefully I didn't make any Cold Steel fans too angry with this, but yeah, this has just been bugging me for a while. And I mean, the going on Amazon and seeing that most people buy a Spyderco clip along with their Co-Bun just cracked me up. And yeah, I was like, all right, that's ridiculous. I gotta make a video. So thanks for listening to my rambling here. Hopefully you guys liked my cheesy display that I got set up. It was surprisingly hard to set up. These knives are just so freaking big, man. I mean, look at that. All right. Yeah, and at some point, all these knives will get a review. I've done a cut test with this on the channel. I just did an unboxing video with this. It's not that great, but yeah, if you want to see my first impressions, go for it. Anyway, I'm out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe. Have a good day.